Free here, and we've got a Mailbin video. So, a bunch of packages, probably about 40 or 50 that we're gonna get to here. Of course, we're gonna have the cutter, and let's start slicing. So there should be a nice assortment of vintage baseball stuff for the binder, which is an ongoing project. Here's a little Alvin Kamara. So this was 510 shipped. I'll probably do some type of rainbow for him, the way he's playing for the Saints. But his stuff is starting to go up a little bit, as you would expect. And yeah, he is a rookie running back, which I always say, stay away from. But as I said in my last video, I just have a problem with staying away. My excuse for Kamara and Hunt for the Chiefs are, you know, it's at least teams that I cheer for and like. So I guess I can use that. So Kamara. Part of the hobby is having fun too. I mean, it's not all obsessive about the right player, investment, this, that. I mean, at the end of the day, we're collecting cards, so let's keep it in perspective. Here's an LT. So I always buy these when they pop up. They just sell too cheap for what they should be worth, in my opinion. So Topps debut out of $4.99 LT. This one looks pretty beat up and rough, especially on the edge on the left and this red. So this is probably like a 7, so I'm not going to send it. Although in my past order, the order that came back last week, there were a bunch of 7s, but I just need to do a lot better job of looking my cards over to get better grades. Alright, so this was a lot, and so I'm definitely not a fan of this set, but I am working on a 2017 rookie binder, so that's another one of my projects. But I thought these would look cool in the binder. So my rule with most of my binders is I don't want 2 of the same card. So to me, this is the same card. The numbering is 199 on both, so I would just probably pick this one because it looks cooler to me, because it's got the little jersey ripples. So these are just Spectra basic 4-net jerseys. Spectra to me is just a terrible, terrible break if you're doing it for yourself. I mean, I broke a 2016 Spectra. It was probably $210 for the box, and I probably got like 40 or 50 bucks back. It's just horrible. Cards are kind of flashy and flashy too. This is great. So this was like $6, but I'm going to put it into the PC binder, and it's actually Dave Winfield's rookie card. So 74 Topps on this one. Beautiful card. For these older cards, you know, if it looks good, and it, you know, most likely is like a PSA 3 to 5 on these older ones. You know, if something comes in and it looks great, then I'm not going to just throw it in the binder. I'll have the option of sending it to PSA, but it hasn't happened very often. Most of the cards are pretty beat up, but that's what you expect when you're getting them at the price levels that I am. Okay, this was just like a Brandon Cook slot. As most people that watch the channel know, I've always been a Breeze and a Saints fan, but I'm from Kansas City. But I still collect Brandon Cooks because he was a good player. And I was sad to see him go, but the Saints are better without him somehow. So here's some Cooks. We got the blue, we got the orange, the green scope, and the blue wave. So just some Cook stuff, cheap parallels. Now, like lately, when I buy a lot of cards, I'm like, you know what? Even if this card doesn't grade out, it looked great in the binder. So it's like a fallback option, and it's a lot of fun doing the binders too. I found something new in the hobby that I like, and I gotta credit that to Nate, Topps 85401. I'm not gonna take these out of these little snaps, but these are Peyton Manning rookie cards. This is caught in the draft. This is a very, very tough set. If you ever see this one in Gem Mint form, it sells for over like $100. And then we have the Upper Deck Encore. I'm a bigger fan of just the base Upper Deck. The Encore just kind of has like more of a refractor glow, but I just like the basic upper deck. So those were probably, I think that was 12, and that was only like 6. So great buys on Peyton. Peyton stuff's cooled, out of sight and out of mind in the collecting world. Looks like we got a parallel lot. This was crazy cheap, and this is not me buying for myself. This is to stock the store with some Prism stuff without having to break another case of that, because the case I broke, it wasn't terrible, but it's just not, I don't know, I just don't break as much stuff as I used to. It's just so expensive. It's so much fun, yes, but you can get so much more by buying singles. So I mean, that's a debate. We could have a debate on that for hours, but we're not going to get anywhere really. Most people know going into breaking boxes that, you know, they're going to get their asses kicked most of the time. So these are oranges. This was all in one lot. I think it was like 25 bucks or something. So not bad at all. Tons of parallels, some rookies, decent players. The oranges are out of 275. There's a Kaiser. His hobbies declined drastically. So he hasn't done much as the starter. These purples are 75, yeah. So Curtis Samuel purple. He's out for the year though. Blues are 199. So I'll throw a few of these in the PC, and the rest I'll just put into the store. Player collectors and team collectors working on rainbows. See, there's a Christian McCaffrey blue. We'll probably like to add some of these to their collections. Peterman, he just got named starter. Don't know if that's the right move. I would say no. Just an opinion though. These are the blue waves. I don't know why they're blue waves, because it's silver, but that's what they call them. And then we have the green scope. So they also have a couple camos in here. It's a badass lot for the money. I mean, that's a ton of parallels. Put that over there, and we'll go through that later. And I've pretty much met the expectations that I'm supposed to meet in terms of amount of items that eBay wanted me to have listed by November. They wanted me at 18,000, and I think I'm at like 17,300, so close enough. They offer me special like promo pricing and stuff for listing that much stuff, and it was a headache getting all that stuff listed, but the last 3 months I worked pretty hard on it. I always save some of this cardboard for packing purposes. There's the mandatory. Don't ever put Scotch tape on a slab. That's just careless. So this was like $6 shipped, I think. It's a very low-end card though. This is like a 50-cent card, but Victory Vic 10. So neat little Vic. Always typing in Vic 2001 and seeing what's popped up, what is newly listed. Here we go. I guess we can see the price on these too. So this one was $17.42 shipped. It just cost that much to get a nice looking Mays 68 tops. This is probably like 3.5 to 5 or 4.5, but it's a Mays. It's for the binder. I'm putting some more valuable cards in the binder just to get the whole feel of the vintage era and some of the iconic cards. So it's going to be really cool when I get it more completed. I think after my next order of COMC stuff comes in, I'll do like a rough draft vintage binder video. It'll probably be a longer video, like 20 minutes. But for the people that like the iconic, nostalgic cards from this era, they're going to really like the video, I think. So here's a Hank Aaron. Now this one's probably like a 3, but it was only like $5 shipped. So I pounced on it in an auction. Basically when I'm doing this binder, I'll just go back and forth between COMC and eBay. And for all like the higher end ones like this, I use eBay auctions, and then the low end ones I can usually find on COMC. Pretty cheap, you know. I find a lot for about 75 cents, which is great because they're awesome cards, and I can throw them into the binder. This might be something badass. It's Probstein. I buy from Probstein a lot. He sells a lot of nice stuff, and his stuff doesn't sell for the top of the market like PWCC. In my opinion, PWCC just does a better job in all facets, listing, promoting. It just looks a lot nicer when PWCC does it. I'm not knocking Probstein, I'm just offering my opinion, but something I want to open up in the future is offer consignments to people. That's something that I'm working on right now with eBay, and I think I could be a good consigner because I ship safely, and I think collectors are going to really value and respect that. So this one is mine. One of these is not mine. One's for the investor that I buy cards for. This is the Moss Finest 10. This is like a $20 card. It's been that way for a long time, and it's probably not going to change because that set's so easy. These next two, yeah, the next two are not mine. So there's some badass stuff in this package. This is a 52 Bowman, so this is a second-year Mays PSA 5, which is a great grade for this era. It's got like a little like gum. It looks like kind of gum staining on the back there. Corners are a little soft. Centering's not too terrible. I mean, it looks like a 5. So beautiful, beautiful classic card right there. And then of course this. So this is sick. PSA 10 of the SPX Brady. The most common thing, and this card's not mine as well. I'm gonna put it in the store. But look right here, if you ever buy this card right here in this blue, that's where you're gonna find your chipping and your problems. And obviously check all your corners and edges for I'm gonna call them deceptive white flaws, where the card looks good upon quick glance, but upon closer inspection you find little dents and wrinkles. So there's a 10, so virtually perfect Brady. This is like a $3,500 card, so, and I think it's sold for as much as $4,500. So it's just kind of a card I'll put in the store, try to make a little on it for the investor. Plus it's just badass getting these cards in, even if they're not PC or anything. Here's one of my favorite Brady rookies, even though it's not one of the best in terms of price. This was only like $75, and I still think that's a steal for a Brady Upper Deck. Now the Bowman sells for more than the Upper Deck, but I can tell you for a fact that there's less copies of this because I'm out of focus on this. The Bowman, you got pretty much every rookie per box because I actually used to break some 2000 Bowman. I probably have a Brady sitting in a shoebox somewhere, but you got one rookie per box. And with the Upper Deck, I think a rookie was 1 in 4 packs. So you got 6 rookies a box, and there were about 50 or 60 rookies that had the star rookie. So do the math, you're getting about 1 or 2 of these a case and 12 of the Bowman. So that card's a lot more rare to me. That's just a little kind of a mini rant, but just some side knowledge there. Couple so I had a LeBron like this in my last PSA order, and honestly it looked better than this one. This top left corner, something's going on, but this is a PSA 10. It looks great aside from that top left corner, and I might just be seeing something on the case. Yeah, it's on the case. So yeah, this card looks fantastic. But I have to say my PSA 9 looked amazing. So PSA 10 on that LeBron, and then we have the Bowman Chrome, and these are actually both going into my PC. So the Bowman Chrome and the Bowman, I believe the Bowman's tougher. So a couple badass LeBrons. As always, cool stuff from Probstein. And I've got a lot of stuff left, but I don't think the camera's gonna keep up with me. I've been talking too much on these cards, but I'll just go for as long as the battery dies and then call it a bin. Here's another one of those 17 Prism lots. Now, these aren't softly sleeved or anything, they're just kind of thrown in there, which is a little sloppy, but oh well. Orangers, $275. There's Tyreek, so I'll keep the Tyreeks, throw them in a binder. Some Rise Up inserts, Brady. These look really cool. They looked cool last year too. MVP. Prism did a great job again. Got to give him credit for that. There's a cool Alex. So, bunch of parallels, store stuff. I'm going to turn off this fan, even though the video is already 15 minutes in. Alright, fan's off. It just kind of bothers me when I upload the video and I hear that fan in the background, but this is sick. So I'm a fan of the finest cards that don't have the protector on them. I think the protector just looks weird. I like seeing the card without that film on there. So this is the non-protected refractor, and in the registry there's actually an option for the protected and the non. So this is a PSA 9 of the refractor Manning Finest. Just a beautiful card, 9, and it's fairly affordable for $60. So back in the day, that card was probably worth more when Peyton was hotter, but it just seems like a nice time to pick up Peyton. Of course, he won't go to the Hall for another 3.5 years, but I don't really think that's going to affect his card prices because people already know he's a Hall of Famer. I mean, it's not a surprise or anything. TNT sells a ton of stuff. He's a consigner too. Yeah, I mean, I just want to be a consigner, but the problem with me doing it is I can't, like, I want to do it, but I don't want to do it if, like, I want to make a little money doing it. I don't want to spend all this time listing and shipping and not make any money. And the way the fee structure is set up for the fees I pay to eBay and what I would charge people to consign with me, I wouldn't make any money. So I guess I'd be doing it for feedback, but I mean, that has to be a catch where somehow I can make a little bit on it. I know Propstein and PWCC gets special rates and stuff, so that's something that I asked them about. They haven't gotten back to me on that yet, so it is what it is. But that's something that I want to bring to people in the future, and I want to have prices that are competitive. You know, I don't want to have high rates and try to nick people. Peyton, Bowman, PSA 10, beautiful card. First thing you should always look at if you're buying these 98 Bowmans is the bottom border, this black. If you see white chipping, you're in trouble most of the time. Aside from that, they're usually centered nicely, and that's like the only defect I've noticed. I actually used to break some of this stuff back in the day. 98 Bowman, it's set up exactly like 2000 Bowman. You get, on average, pretty much every single rookie in the box, in the set per box, so not the most rare card. Here's a player that people should be picking up right now while he's hurt. Even though he's so good that his stuff's not really cooling much at all. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, star rookie, sick card. This one looks pretty crispy. Top corner on the back. Probably like an 8.5. I like tossing out a random grade just from seeing the card for 2 seconds. Like it's accurate. Battery's kicking out on me. I might just make this a 2-part video because I have a lot more stuff to get to. Bowman Chrome Moss, just a basic chrome. This set's not tough. Look for surface scratches. That's going to be your main flaw on this one. Centering and scratches. So I'm going to stop the video and charge. Alright, some more mail here. Pretty simple here. We have a Metal Universe 98 Peyton Manning. Probably about $7 shipped. So something I've noticed is when cards come in these circa 1990s screw downs, they often are not in the best condition. So that's something to monitor when you're buying cards. This card's probably been sitting here for a good 15 years or so. Okay, cool. Something for the vintage binder. It's fun to check the price on these sometimes. This is probably around $20 shipped. 1908 shipped. So to get a Mays top 64 that's in, you know, respectable condition, maybe not something that you'd want to send in with the ding corners. Probably like a 3 or 4. It's about 20 bucks. So some of the cards in the binder are going to be, you know, not high end, but they're not the cheapest cards ever. But they definitely don't lack in nostalgia. So 64 Mays tops. This is filthy. This was about 150, so, but it's a neat card. It is off-centered, as you can see. It's fatter on the left side. It's about 70-30, so definitely not a 10. Bowman Chrome 07. This is the blue to 75. It's numbered right there in the back. I got some glare coming from the light here, but I think you guys get the picture of the card. It's a sticker. If you sent this to Beckett, and most likely get like an auto 7 or 8, because it's his auto was just a lot wider than some of the stickers, or you know, when it's not signed centered, it does that. So that's another reason to not worry too much about the autos and Beckett's auto grades. I know PSA does that too now, but never been a huge fan of it. He threw in some 1990s Topps football cards. I can just tell by the design. And then here's the main event. So it's another Vic debut 2001 out of 499 on card in the Vatek. This one looks really clean, black, or your red top left corner on these. This one's just crispy. Wow, this one might be a 10, which is, I don't think I've ever bought one of these raw and it's been a 10, so that'd be something new for me. All the 10s I've found in that have always been previously slabbed by somebody else. But every once in a while you stumble onto something cool like that. Score Select 2007 Peterson to $5.99. It's pretty nice. Fantastic packaging, aside from the tape. That's nice. So this card's dropped off. They were peaking at about $450 last summer, and they've dropped all the way back to about $350. So if you are a Griffey fan or collector and you've always wanted a 10 of the upper deck, I think now's a good time. And the 9s have slid back to about 50 from about 65. So great time to buy Griffey. And I'm surprised that this one got through as a 10. You see how the hologram diamond is chipped at the top? I might not keep this one because to me that takes away the 10 qualities. So to me it's a 9 and a 10 holder, and that's just, you know, something we talk about all the time on the channel. Card first and then holder. This is a rookie running back, so although I say all the time it's not a wise investment, I continue to do it. So Fournette, Blue Wave, 149. Love the parallels of the Prism 17. Haven't bought very many of the autos. They're just expensive and likely to drop soon. So I think this card was cheap, so I'm guessing that this was one of the, not fakes, but not like the authentic legacy collections. There's been a lot of these popping up lately, and I got this for like $50, and back a while ago these were like $125 cards. So I'm not sure what's going on with these. If somebody could post in the comment section what's going on with the Showcase 98s, all the legacies that have been popping up, and most of the time they're the Row 2 styles, which that's what this one is too. We have a 2004 Fitzgerald, fantastic card for 20. Let's see if there was shipping on top of this too. $22.19. I don't know. This probably shipped about $25. Fantastic card for that price. Centered pretty well. It's about 60-40. It's a little fatter on the left, and it's most likely scratched. This is kind of how I look at my chrome cards. Like this. You just don't grab the surface. Just tilt like that into the light, and you can see all the scratches. And when you're done, just push it back in at the top, where you don't have to put your prints on the card. Well, that's something that can actually take off a point grade if you've got like your fingerprints on the side of the card. It's not an actual defect, but it does take away from the aesthetic appearance of the card. Elite 2017, this is a 4-net base. This is a cheap card, probably about $6 shipped, so it's out of $4.99. Just a classic Elite base rookie. Always a fan of those. This is that's a bill. I'm not gonna look at that. Although it would be kind of odd if I started like opening up my household bills and talking about them. I bet people would still watch and be like, "Oh, that's an expensive water bill." Now, the most expensive bill I have is my power bill, and it's probably because I have three TVs in the basement, and they run most of the day on Sundays during football season, so that's probably what's causing it. Here's a 4-net lot. This thing was probably about 50 cents a card, so I don't know. There's some scores in here, like 7 scores, a couple score drafts, hype, big band on campus. I'm not a fan of that insert. Blue chip, prestige big board, prestige base, Donruss, classics. Just a nice assortment of cards to go through. I'll probably pick a couple of them out to send in. We'll see what they look like. Base Kareem Hunt Prism. So these aren't numbered, but they do have the refractor shine to them, and they're pretty nice looking cards. So Kareem Hunt. I just bought this because it was cheap, and he's on the Packers. He's probably on the practice squad, so I've never seen him play. But D'Angelo Yancey gold to 10. It was like, I think it was like $5 shipped. So it seemed cheap for a gold Packers card. So that'll be stocked into the store. And if there's a Packer fan that wants it, I'll sell it to you for what I paid. But aside from that, I'll just wait for somebody to buy it. That's why you tape your cards in, the cards that are coming out of here. 98 Bowman Moss. This one looks good. Black edge at the bottom is the problem that I see with these most common. So this is nasty, guys. There's no packing slips. I'm not sure what the price was on this, but I'm sure it's about $15. Honestly, it's centered. That's one of the worst centered cards. I don't know if that would be considered miscut, but I'll probably keep it and put it in the binder because it's still got, it looks okay, you know. So Clemente 65 pops. Plain white envelope. So this is the second Moss we've gotten. Here's a little pro tip if you're going to be taping your cases. And this is pretty basic, but I guess people don't understand how to do this yet. Alright, you don't just put just put the tape on. You pinch at the top like this and then put your tape on. Like that. If you don't pinch, the card can still go up and touch the tape. Just a small sip. You would think it's common sense, but it's not. That's sick, guys. I think this was like $25 too. This is, what is this? 61. 61 tops. Willie Mays. This one might be gradable. Look at the centering on that. If it's not creased, or there's something weird going on with it. And there's always the chance that the card's been, you know, trimmed or something's gone wrong with it. But if it looks good enough, I might not. I'll send it to PSA and find a different one for the binder. That one looks pretty good. '2007 Bowman Chrome Peterson. Most common problem I've seen with these is surface scratches, which should be the first thing you're looking for with chrome cards, refractors. Photos, please do not bend. That's actually not a bad tactic. This was like $6, but I didn't have any of these, and they look cool. So they aren't the Foreman. There we go again with the rookie running backs. That one's out of $2.99 with dual jersey ball. So, not bad. This is actually a great way to ship a card in, like a thank you card. And I think, yeah, Ursula, that's funny. Wow, that's sloppy. New levels of slop. Look, the cards are just thrown in there like trash. But it's a victory lot. It was like $7. Okay, that's a neat card. Mantle and Reggie Jackson. As I toss it to the left. So, man. Okay, this is actually a neat little card for like $6. It's a Mike Williams green scope auto to 99. Hasn't done anything this year, but who knows? He's a receiver. Should have a longer shelf life than tailbacks. Brady score. Now this one has red edges and corners, so that's what's often chipped. And the back's all white, so you don't have to worry about that. But you have to look out for your dings that are deceptive on the white. This one looks good. It looks like it could be like an 8.5. Last one. It's in a flat rate package here, so it could be something nicer. I don't know. Packaged well. Oh, this is an order from SGC. So these were a couple cards that I sent in for like $15 a piece. So I just wanted them slabbed. I think PSA gave me the minimum size requirement, and SGC has now said trimming on both. So this was my first SGC order that I sent in, so no luck getting these slabbed. I mean, should I waste more money and send them to Beckett? I don't know. I'll let you guys decide on that. So that's disappointing, but what are you going to do? At least I didn't ding this card. This card does look a little smaller on the bottom there. And it does look really nice, but that's it. Two fabulous cards are not slabbed to end this one. Later.